The Brothers Are Back is the Locked In podcast. It's been almost a year since our last one, and we're ready to rip today.
Yeah, and a lot's changed over the last year, and even more over the last month.
The last month has been absolutely mayhem. Never really anticipated it. A couple of our videos started going viral on Instagram, and so because of that, by popular demand of the people, we're back here to break it down on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back. I've always enjoyed doing the podcast, and just life's come up. I mean, we stopped doing it initially because I got a new job, and then from there, just our lives got busy, and we're here now. So we're excited to unpack pretty much what's happened in the last year, but primarily what's happened in the last month, especially with Davis.
Yes.
And go from there. So to start off, what's happened in the past month, Davis?
It's been a roller coaster because over the past 5 months, I started working at Citizens Bank. And so because of that, I started going to Boston and making videos that were more related to work and probably more relatable to a lot of you out there, where I've been getting up really early to catch the train in the morning. I've gotten a workout in before, get the energy going, and then I'll usually rip a video, walk into work on the tee, just trying to give people a little motivation, because a lot of times going to work, people don't have it. And those videos probably in mid-January started getting captured, whether it was on Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, and because of that, there's been a lot more attention to what we're doing. But really, we've been doing the same things for about 4 years, just in a whole different sphere now.
Yeah, and to give some context, Davis can speak more on it. Davis has been posting videos consistently for probably about 4 years now. It started COVID, and he's just been doing it, and all of a sudden in January, something changed. What do you think, what changed, and why do you think the algorithm started picking up your videos to that extent?
I think it's because people now get more value out of what we're doing, because what we're doing is more similar to just like regular life, going in, working in an office, trying to just put in as many hours as you can to make it during busy season. Where before, when it first started out 4 years ago, we were coming off the pandemic and we were going out there to inspire America. We just once a week get a video working out with our friends at like 6 a.m. on the track. They're awesome people. Shout out to all of them, by the way. It's come a long way since then, but really, I'd say about 5 months ago, when I switched to getting on the everyday work routine, building in workouts, building in CFA studying, a lot of people said, hey, I can identify with that and I want to see what's going on. And we had one video on the train way back in September, going through like North Station, where it started popping off. We thought it was big time. It was like 60,000 views or something. And I mean, it pales in comparison to what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We gotta give Dan O'Connell a shout out. Game changer, North Station. That guy was bringing energy, and now he's out there running business in New York.
Yeah, no, that's so true, because I think that video got about 70,000, or maybe it was like 40,000, and you said, wow, that's a lot. And you kept posting. And then all of a sudden, 5-6 weeks ago, that train video just took it to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Do you think it's anything that you've done differently, or it's almost like winning the algorithm just says anointing you with this fame almost?
I think one thing for me is I actually changed my profile picture. My aunt in Ambrose Photography took a professional photo of me when I started the role at Citizens Bank. And on Christmas time, one of my gifts to my family was that I was going to be more professional. You see, I'm actually wearing a collared shirt. I used to always wear sweatpants. And part of that was on Instagram. I changed my profile to use the business LinkedIn suit and tie picture. And so I think when I started to put out these business videos, people started going to them on the train. But then in January, I had this good picture out there. I was actually locked in, I would say. I was focused. I knew I was doing at work. It was busy season. We had a lot of regulatory reports and management reports to get out. So I was working a ton of hours, and just that energy that I was still bringing. We had one video that went viral where I'm saying, hey, I'm about to get dialed into a monthly meeting. When I'm working from home, I'm absolutely locked in, doing the right things. I think everything came together, where now when people looked at my profile, they said, okay, this is someone who actually looks legitimate, has his self put together, and it all just kind of blended together, and all those years of hard work came together in what's become a crazy month.
That's so true too, because when new people are coming to your profile, they not only just see the most recent videos, but they can scroll back 3 years, 2 years, 4 years ago, and you're doing the same, not the same exact things, but you're building that foundation of who you are as an individual. It's not all of a sudden you flip the switch and you're this new person. You've been living and breathing this since, I mean,
2020, but even before that,
even
we were
before
in
even,
college, I'd still get up. We'd always talk about on Sundays like this, I'd wake up and I'd do a 2-hour workout and we'd go get lunch with all the boys at the dining hall.
Yeah,
hang out and talk like this. And it's really that same routine for about almost 10 years now.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. And how has it been now? I know being your brother, I've been out with you in public, people coming up to you. How has that been for you?
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help people and inspire them, because that was the whole purpose, to go out there, get people motivated, to go after their goals, whatever they are. So to see people, I think it's great because they believe in it enough to come up, say hello, say that they appreciate it. So if anyone's out, please feel free to say hi. I'm all about it, because that's what we need. It's definitely a big swing just going around. Before, just really regular person. I had 1,000 followers until a little over a month ago, so no one would be saying anything. But now, bam, everyone, I'll just be walking around, whether it's, well, not so much in town because people already know me, but when we go to Boston, I mean, you can get 5, 10, 30, 50 people coming up to you on a given day. But I love it, and I'm going to try to do the best I can to always bring the energy for the people.
Nice. And do you want to give us the background story of what Inspire is? Because almost the brand started off as Inspire, and now it's transformed into Davis Locked In, Dialed In, which I think encompasses everything, but maybe the origin stories of how it started as Inspire America, then we went to Inspire. And
yes, because when we were getting those early morning workouts in 2020, 2021, I always say we're out there to inspire America, to go after again. People were inside, maybe they weren't working, but just say, hey, we're gonna go out and do something with our day, get a workout. I'd be working from home then, so still doing good things. But over time, then Brennan had the idea, okay, we've got to instead just shorten it down to just inspire, because that's what we really want to do, is just get people fired up. So for the past couple of years, we've said, hey, it's Inspire, and we're just tracking things that are doing in our everyday life. I think that's the beauty of it. We're not doing anything that we wouldn't normally do. I mean, it's really easy to get the videos. It's just 10, 20-second selfie of where we are. Every now and then, if we'll do a couple-minute video if we're doing a race. But pretty much we've just been going after it, whether it's the CFA studying, some of these endurance races, like marathons, ultra marathons, triathlons, and just capturing the challenges that come with it, the ups and the downs. We always try to be truthful. And just from there, we just kept doing it. I actually thought we were going to stop. Like
really?
4 months ago, I was ready to retire. I was saying, I'm not sure I want to do the endurance races anymore and everything. So I honestly thought that we wouldn't be doing it. But yeah, all of a sudden we got this huge positive momentum in the last month, and now it's like we can't stop. People are counting on us.
What made you think you were going to stop? That's news to me.
I thought we had run out of things to do, honestly, because we had all these bucket list items. Like, we'd done a marathon, we'd done an Ironman, we did an ultra marathon. Hopefully we're coming to the end of the CFA. We'll see if I'm able to pass it. But I was like, hey, maybe it's time to just go into regular work life, lock in. And it's literally that time I thought I was going to give it up, just make these work videos, get people fired up, that it just took off on a whole new level, and people believed in us and saw it in a whole new light.
You are the face of Inspire, though.
I don't know about that. It takes a whole team of us. We're all working together to build that momentum.
And I think it's being your brother and seeing on the outside, it's been crazy over these past couple of weeks in particular. I mean, I've always seen you growing up, my older brother, very close. We do a ton of stuff together, but these past 6 weeks have been nuts. And I think something too that people probably want to hear you talk about is the hate comments.
Yes.
And dude, you were a beast. You were a beast when you initially went. There was just hate after hate after hate after hate after hate. People making fun of how you look. People thinking, that's the other thing, you are so authentic to yourself, on camera, off camera. And when people first saw your videos, they almost think, oh, this person can't be real. You see people comment that, oh, this has got to be AI, this has got to be AI. And when those first initial videos popped off, it was your comments were flooded. And people know, you saw the comments, but instead of letting it affect you, and I mean, you can speak more upon it, you legit embraced it and then flipped the script.
Yes.
You want your thought process there?
I think it comes down to our family strength, and it comes to the reason why I did the videos in the first place. The only reason I actually captured the videos was for Brennan, because I was never a big social media person growing up. I didn't use it, honestly, until we had a college project where I made an Instagram account for Professor Weinberg's marketing class. He's the best marketing professor in America, hands down. It was a U-brand project to demonstrate. who you are, to go out and show the values that you care about. So I did that in college. I had the leftover account, and then Brennan said, hey, I want to start putting up some videos on YouTube and Instagram, but he wasn't sure he wanted to make the jump. So I said, you know what, I really don't care about social media. I've got these leftover accounts where it was fun, the school project, and I said, I'll throw up whatever video we need. And I was willing to put anything on my social media account because it just didn't matter to me. And so I think I still really do have that same mentality, contrary to what people are gonna think. I don't really care that much. So all of a sudden I was tossing up these videos, people were throwing out crazy comments, trying to ridicule me. I'm like, I don't care, I'm just gonna say whatever, come back at them, hit them with chirps right back, and it really just didn't faze me at all.
Yeah, and when you say you don't care, it's not that you don't care about the content that you're putting out or the people that like your content, it's more so
Exactly.
you don't care about like the backlash or in terms of this social pressure of how people are going to perceive you as an individual. That for me is a reason why maybe I wasn't as freely and open to put stuff out there, and it's something that's so unique to you.
Yeah.
So like when you say you don't care, it's not that you don't care about the content and the people. I feel like it's you just don't care what people think of you.
Exactly. Maybe not even what people think about me. I care about the purpose, the people I know and I care about, and that drives me every day to keep going. But I don't care about my social image on social media, the supposed clout, how people think about you. Like, even if I still had 1,000 followers or whatever, I'd probably still make the videos. I was thinking about, okay, taking it less seriously, but I'd probably still just throw it out there because I've been doing it for years, and I know a lot of people do care about it.
That's awesome. And that's something that's admirable, is that you have that ability to do that, because ours, myself included, are afraid to post.
Yes.
I think it's gotten a little better as you get older, but it's been cool to see.
Yeah, I think one thing that's really interesting is just people who are just going out there and trying to bully me. They would just make fun of me all the time, and it was honestly, I thought it was funny, but I mean, for a lot of people it isn't. I mean, I can handle it. I know I had that crazy speech or whatever a couple weeks ago, but I literally can't handle it, whatever people bring. But for a lot of people it would be damaging. It's just amazing because I help coach football as well, and we try to instill good values, show the kids what it's like to be a good person. But just shows at the end of the day, given the opportunity, if a lot of people are anonymous, they're not going to be good people. So I think it hammers that home and just shows you have to stick up for each other.
And it's crazy too, because another thing is when David started posting, I was posting on TikTok. And I was like, David, you got to post on TikTok. And Davis was 100% set on, he posted some on TikTok, but it was primarily Instagram. He's like, no, this is the platform because this is where all our friends are on, and it's easier to cultivate an audience. And you were right. You're legit doing what people do to go viral on TikTok, but on Instagram. And when you say anonymous, a lot of people's main social media account is Instagram.
Yeah.
And they're still hammering negative comments. And I don't know if you remember this conversation like 2 years ago when we started Inspire. We said, how can anyone hate on this idea?
I did say that. I was dead wrong.
Yeah, you said that. You said there's no way anyone can hate on this idea. We're just trying to spread positivity. We're just trying to capture our lives and what we're doing, and hopefully people will be inspired by what we're doing to then elevate their lives and reach their full potential. And this totally flipped on the head, because it wasn't even they're attacking the idea, they were legit attacking how you looked and who you were,
how I acted,
which is crazy. But like you said, you have that strong foundation where it didn't shake you. But I also saw that where a lot of your close friends or people that know you in person hadn't seen you, and they would be seeing all the comments and they would say, oh my God, how is this affecting Davis? How is this? I'm like, it's not.
Yes.
And it was hard for them to really fully understand that. But once they understood that, then they were able to accept it easier.
I think so.
But
and I think we're lucky because the community around us supports us so much. Like if we're around town in this area, people are always positive, helping us out, our real friends. And I think because of that, it's helped us along, because no matter what you see on the screen at the end of the day in real life, the other 23 hours, if you're minus the 10 seconds that I'm taking that video, they're great people who care, love about us, supporting us. So I think that's a big reason why it wasn't so impactful.
And do you think it's better that you got this notoriety at age 27 rather than potentially 18 or 20?
I'm not sure. I'm definitely more mature. I mean, we always talk about supposing when you're 25, your brain's fully matured, so it definitely makes sense. And yeah, if I were a couple of years younger, even when we were first starting out, I don't know if I'd handle it the same way. Yeah, you'll just never know. I think one of the craziest things too is people think like, oh, like all of a sudden, like everything changed, but really, I'm still going about my everyday life. Over the past couple months, I mean, it was really busy. I was mostly just working, studying, literally locked in, and just around me, this whole different attention has just come in a massive wave over what we're doing. So I guess now over the last week or two, now that the test is over and we're slowly coming out of busy season at work, I've started to see, okay, we have a real impact. We're getting people fired up. Even I'll go running in the woods and people recognize me, like, let's go, let's get it done.
Recognize you today?
Multiple people.
No
it's
way.
Crazy. Yeah, and there's probably not that many people out there, so it's all great though.
It really is. And where do you see this going? Are you just going to continue on your path?
I have no idea. I'm going to do exactly what I usually do. Before I post once a week, and as I was saying, I was starting to wind down and say, hey, maybe we won't be doing Inspire anymore. Maybe I'll just do like a weekly post here and there just to show people what I'm up to and still show the people that care about what's going on. But honestly, now that we have the attention, I was like, I'm going to double down. Because even Brent was saying, maybe people think you won't post because you're scared, nervous, and getting bullied. But I'm really going to post pretty much every single day, maybe more, once, twice, 3 times, because it's just a once in a lifetime opportunity. And if opportunity's knocking, I'm going to answer.
Yeah, run the ball until they
stop. Yeah, run the ball until they stop us. It's funny because the things that we say in those videos that people y'all are loving, we really use that terminology every day. Let's go, let's get fired up, dialed in, locked in. It's just regular life.
Exactly. And when people come to me and they say, wow, did you see his video? I said, yeah, Davis says that stuff all the time. And I was just recording it, which I think is also the beauty of it too, where there's so many people that might be fixated on getting the perfect edit, the perfect this, the perfect sound. Even this podcast, we don't have mics. We're just ripping it on the iPhone. It's just being authentic to yourself, and it seems like people appreciate that, and they're enjoying the message that you're spreading, which is, it's been awesome to see, and as you just document your life.
Yes.
It's been great.
And I think it's going to be fun because there are tons of people out here who work harder than us, are more successful than us. And I think there's a great opportunity to capture what they're doing because just in this local area, we're from the Boston area. I mean, there are so many smart people, talented people. I think it'll give a chance to show the world what's going on and just bring more positivity that people need because there's so much negativity around us.
Yeah, and at the same time, not at the same time, but one really great trait about Davis that people may not see is his consistency. So I think you're just so consistent with everything that you do, and over time, I don't know if consistency compounds. I don't know if things in life actually compound, but it seems there's some sort of correlation between consistency and then however you define success in a way. Yes. And you just got to be at it for as long as possible. And yeah, that's one thing that you've been so consistent and disciplined your entire life, and now people are just really getting to see that, which is cool.
Yeah, wait till they get to see Brendan. That's all I have to say. He's gone through a whole philosophical change over the past year since COVID. He's become so much more disciplined and he's flourishing at work. I mean, he's learning so much the way he talks about it. He's got way more knowledge than me probably. It gets me fired up to hear it. It motivates me to say, okay, I've got to do this at work and really develop the skill set to help the people.
Appreciate that. I think a big thing too is we also have we have a very close family.
I love our family.
The siblings in particular, we have another brother and a sister. And something that I think I love about the relationship is that we don't get jealous of one another. We really feed off each other. Where if Davis is doing big things, it then motivates me to be saying, I mean, even now, dude, I'll wake up sometimes and I'm like, I don't want to get up. And I'll be like, I gotta lock in. And then I get locked in, and then I know you're doing big things. Our other brother's doing really big things, and our sister's doing big things. And our parents are great. So, I mean, it's just this awesome energy that we have. And we just feed off of it. We don't get jealous.
I agree.
I haven't experienced it. Only we just feed off one another to try to just keep reaching our full potential, which is the goal.
Yeah, because everyone's different, doing slightly different things, but we're all on that same path, just trying to get better and bring the family to the top. We're one team. We're not out here to rip each other down. Because honestly, my worst moments over these past years, especially, y'all have always been there for me. And early mornings, I'll see Brandon. He's in the car. He's getting ready to go out there. Go rip the real estate in Boston. I'll be okay, this is what we need.
Well, Davis is the true definition of a riser. This man's up. He's been doing it for, I don't know, 10 years now?
It was nothing compared to our dad. Our dad really is the original riser. riser, and I mean, he's been at it for at least 30, 40 years. Get that workout and then work as hard as possible.
It's so key. I mean, I never used to wake up. That's been a big change this past year, and it's the only reason why I've become a riser is because of my new job, which requires me to go into Boston in order to beat the traffic. I try to get up early and work out in the city to beat the traffic, and it's game changer when you work out in the morning.
Yes.
So if you highly recommend doing it. Something I heard, I don't know if it's scientifically true, that your cortisol levels, which is almost your fear hormone, is highest right when you wake up, and it's released when you sweat. So when you sweat in the morning, it releases that and gets you in a better state mentally and physically to then attack the rest of your day.
Get after it, lock in, make things happen at work.
Yeah, 100%.
It's gonna be big. I think on the next podcast we should break down what you're doing.
Okay.
And go into work, show the people, because we could go on for hours and hours. We literally do on those dinner debates and everything.
Yeah, and how this all started was 3 years ago. Still to this day, we debate all the time. And there was one night at dinner, and Davis said, we were probably going back and forth for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, when they start a podcast.
He said, we might as well start a podcast. So then we went upstairs and we took we took a take and posted it. And it's been great. So hopefully you enjoy the content that we produce.
Let's go. We're back. It's been a year, but we are back.
Let's go. Let's lock in, people.